What's good everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zamir from MPC Tunes. In this video I'm gonna show you guys how to gain stage in MPC beats. It's important to gain stage in MPC beats because sometimes when you render the drum tracks or any multi-tracks in another DAW, what happens is it will render really hot, and we don't want that. We don't want any digital clipping when we are rendering the audio. So let me show you guys what I meant. Okay, I'm gonna go to Cubase now, and I'm gonna drag MPC beats here. And if I go to any of my recent track, let me see. Okay, let's say I have this drum track right now, right? And I want to render this in Cubase. Let me create an event. Okay, let's say just one bar. Okay, if you guys want to know how to render the audio, I've made a video before, so you guys go and check that out. I'm not going to talk about it in this video. I'm just going to press shift and right click, go to render in place and render with current settings. So now once I have rendered it, it will give me all the drum samples that I want. Okay, let me just zoom in all of these tracks right now. Okay, so you guys can see that some of this sample is really hard. It's almost clipping, right? And if it's loud like this but almost clipping, right, it's still okay. However, some of these audio is clipping now, almost touched the threshold already, right? And in this kind of case, it may affect the quality of the sound. So usually I don't want that kind of stuff happening in my audio track, right? If it doesn't touch the ceiling, I can just go and click on the event and reduce the volume. I can go and use my mouse wheel to reduce the volume from here, or I have the settings which I use my mouse wheel to reduce the volume. Okay, that is okay. However, if you are rendering an audio that is really hot, like this one here, right? This is the kick, I believe. Yeah, it's too hot and sometimes it may clip. So we don't want that to happen. We have to make sure that when we are rendering the audio coming from MPC beats, it's not as loud, because it will affect the output of the sample. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to go to this pad mixer. This is where you can see all of the individual tracks in MPC beats. So I'm gonna hit play now and we can see how loud these samples are. Alright, so it's pretty loud, which is why it was clipping when I rendered it out. So what you're gonna have to do now is you have to go to the sample. You have to go to program edit, right? Okay, so you can actually just press on these pads to see which are the sounds affected, right? So what you have to do is you have to click on the pad, right? And then if you scroll to the right, you will see this information here. So this is the kick sound, and if I've layered a couple of sample here, it will be available here. And then what I have to do is I have to reduce the level here, so 112, right, 112. So now my kick sound is not as loud as it used to be. Okay, can reduce it even more if I want. Okay, let's reduce it even more. Yeah, so that you guys can hear it, right? So if I want to make sure that all of this sample reduce in the same level, right, which means in the same proportion of each individual tracks, right? If that's the case, what you have to do, you have to make sure you select all of these pads. In order for you to select all of these pads, is you have to click on this button, all. Now all of these pads are selected. Then what you can do now is you can go back here, and let's say you want to change it to maybe 100, right? So now it's not as loud as before, right? So now when you render it, let me go back and render it again. Let me put this event here, unmute this guy, shift right click, render. Okay, so now when you see this sample, let me zoom in right here. Okay, it's not touching the ceiling like before. So when I go to the previous one, where is it? Okay, here. when I go to the previous one, this one is really hot, right? So let's check out this one here that I just rendered. This is not as loud as before. So if you want to make it even more lower in volume, you can do that. But now since I've rendered this and it didn't touch the ceiling, I can just use my volume level here and then reduce it like so. So that's a little tip today. If you guys find this video helpful, please make sure to subscribe, turn on notification, smash the like button and share this video to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.